Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. To my new subscribers, welcome and thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. My name is Liz, and today I want to talk about working on yourself, and I want to just give you some tips to help you along that journey of self-development, personal development, whatever it's called these days. You might be wondering why you would ever consider working on yourself, or what do I even mean by that? You manifest what you are. Everything that happens outside of you in your personal experience is a reflection of what's going on in your mind, in your heart. In order for you to change what's happening outside, you have to start changing how you see yourself inside, how you see things inside. There's a great saying that we have, like, we are all in the same boat. We are all in the same boat. Everybody's just going through the same thing. We're all in the same boat. Well, let me tell you something. We are not in the same boat. You're in your boat by yourself. The next person is in their own boat. Everybody is traveling in their own boat. In these things that are happening around us that we might be experiencing, but internally, everybody is in their own boat. Okay? So, how do you go about this? So you've decided that you want to change. You've decided that you want to create a different life for yourself. How do you go about this? I want to give you 4 tips on what helped me along my journey, and I know it will help you as well. Number 1, you've got to change your diet. And when I'm talking about diet, I'm talking about things that you consume, from the food that you eat to the things that you watch, things that you listen to, those type of things. You've gotta change it. You might be wondering, like, do I really want to change my diet? Well, let me ask you this. If you're always tired and you don't have energy, and you wake up after a whole night of sleep and you feel like you didn't sleep at all, and then you look at your diet and you eat like heavy foods that weigh down on your body, well, yeah, guess what? You might just have to change the things that you eat so that you feel healthier inside, right? That's what I'm talking about. So things that we watch on TV, the news, especially these days, the news is so depressing. You listen to the news and it's like, ay, ay, ay. If everybody's going through this, what about me? Do I even have any hope? Do I even have any chance, right? And the truth of the matter is, like, sometimes you just have to shut all that out, because our minds, as crazy as this might sound, are childish and stupid, really. I don't like saying that, but honestly, when you look at the way the mind works sometimes, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense at all. Thomas Troward once said, our minds are a center of divine operation. And when you look at the way our minds work, what they do is that they're just soaking up information. That's all they do. And what we then react to is the information that's just being processed in our heads. If you read Joe Dispenza's My Mind is the Placebo, he goes into in depth talking about the mind and how it's processing the information that you receive. So it is really important that you change the things that you're listening to. If it's food that's affecting you, the foods that you're eating, and if it's people, yes, cut those people off. If you're having that type of friend, that type of family member where you sit down and have a pity party and you're busy crying like, oh, poor me, my life sucks, this happened, yeah, it's time for you to cut them out. If you really want to change your life, you have to separate yourself from there. I listened to something that was so interesting, and I felt like it was so true, that we are living in frequencies as you live in this life. Like from the time that you're a child to where you are right now, you are vibrating on different frequencies, and on each frequency that you get on, there are people that are gonna be there, characters that are there to help you in this play that you're living that we call life. And what happens is that when you change your frequency, those people are left behind, and you find new people that line up with the frequency that you're on. So leaving people behind is the toughest thing to do, because the first question that comes in is like, I'm not going to have any friends, then what am I going to do and whatnot. But to be honest with you, you really don't have to worry about that, because in whatever level you go to, the people always come, the right people always come. Okay, so that's why you want to change the things you're consuming and the people that you're surrounding yourself with. It might mean that, hey, maybe you don't go to the club anymore, you don't go to the bar anymore. Because why? You need to work on yourself. You need to change on the way you're thinking, right? Okay, so number 2, affirmations. I want to talk about affirmations not in the typical way that they're discussed, where you're supposed to say your affirmations daily when you wake up. No, that's not what I'm talking about. When I talk about affirmations, what I found that works the best is look at your situation, whatever it is that you're trying to get out of, okay? Find an affirmation that lines up with where you're trying to get to, okay? So, for example, my struggle was I hated myself, right? So I'd start looking at myself and I'll be like, well, my skin looks terrible. I hate myself. I got sun damage. Those thoughts just start coming. And how I used affirmations was this. So I did not like the skin on my legs. So whenever those thoughts come up and those insecurities would start to come up, I would say them as a mantra. And the way I countered these negative thoughts and negative emotions that I had about myself was, I would say, my legs are amazing. They take me places. They are so strong. So whenever those thoughts came by, I would counteract with the affirmations. I found that worked better than saying my daily affirmations in the morning. Another way that affirmations worked for me was doing mirror work. Sitting in a mirror, like sitting in front of a mirror, and repeating the same affirmation over and over and over as you look at yourself in the eyes. When you start doing this, you're not going to believe the words that are coming out of your mouth. But I promise you, if you do it consistently, daily, you will start breaking down your mind to where your mind will come to an agreement with that affirmation you're saying to yourself. So that is my recommendation. Like, if you want to use affirmations, find an affirmation that lines up with your situation. Whenever those negative emotions, those insecurities rise up, say that mantra. Say it like a mantra in your head over and over and over again until that emotion, that insecurity fades away. Do mirror work in the morning. Don't do 10 affirmations. That is not the best way. Do one affirmation over and over and over until it resonates with you, until you believe it, and you're not just saying the words, but you truly believe what you're saying. So that's the best way to use affirmations. Number 3, get moving. Okay, get moving. Most of us are living sedentary lives. We go to work, we sit on our desk. We go home, we sit in front of the TV. You are energy. Our bodies, we are energy. We happen to be living in these bodies, and I can't say it enough. You're energy, and energy is supposed to be in motion. When you sit down and you don't move, a lot of things accumulate within you. All these emotions, they just sit and they don't have anywhere to go. So think about it. You had a terrible day. You went to work and it was stressful, and then you come back and you sit and you watch TV. You're watching the news. It's like you're piling stuff on top of stuff. Really, like piling junk on top of junk. What happens is that it ends up wearing your body down. And when your body is worn down, what follows is your mind. And when your mind follows, the world outside of you is going to follow as well. So it is very important that you keep yourself moving. And I'm not asking you to run a marathon. I'm not asking you to do anything crazy. Just even doing like 30 minutes walking daily. What happens is that when you move and you're walking or whatever form of exercise, whatever form of movement that you choose to do, whether it's dancing, there's so many things that you can do. When you do that, you release the negative emotions, the negative energies that are sitting inside of your body. You have to give your body an outlet to release these things. Most people just don't do that. And as time goes on, what we usually do is that when you start this downward spiral where your mind is just going down, it's like you go to work. That is, if you're working, you spend your day at work, you're stressed out, you come home, you sit on your couch, and you stuff your face because you're trying to feel something in you, and you're trying to escape whatever is going on in you. But when you start moving, whether it's walking, running, exercising, dancing, whatever it is that you're doing, when you start doing that, you give your body the opportunity to release everything that you've accumulated that day. I love hiking. Hiking is my medicine. I can't imagine my life without hiking. And what I've noticed is that sometimes I might go a few days without doing it because maybe I'm busy. I don't know what's going on. Life is just happening. And I will start to feel it in my body. And I know at that time, like, listen, just go in the woods, spend a couple of hours. By the time you come back, you'll be good as new. And I always feel good afterwards. I like exercising. I exercise. Not my favorite thing, but you know what? It does the job for me. There's sometimes that I don't have 2 hours to go in the woods, and the best I can do is a 30-minute workout. Out of that, I find that I release a lot of energy, and I really get inspired too. Like, this is a crazy thing. Like, when you're moving around, that's when you really find your inspiration. It seems like when you're moving around, you're more open to your soul, you're more open to your spirit to receive whatever messages that can come to you, whatever inspiration that you need. So I really, really recommend getting yourself moving because your energy, and understand that energy is always supposed to be in motion. It was never designed to be still. A good example is when you look at kids. Have you ever seen kids? They never sit still. They don't. And by 8 o'clock, most of the time, they're wiped out. And nothing really gets them down. You might take a toy away from them and they might cry for like whatever, but they get over it and they come back and they just love on you anyways. But what do we as adults do? You do something to me, you pass me without indicating on the highway, I get so mad and I'm going to chase you down and I'm going to give you the finger. Why? Because energy is just sitting there stagnant, right? So next time you don't feel so good about yourself or whatever, get moving. Find something. Even cleaning up, I don't know, vacuum. Find something. It works. Trust me. I've done it and it's worked for me so many times. The last thing I want to talk about is the hardest thing. Okay? You don't necessarily have to do this, but honestly, it really, really helps. I recommend quieting your mind. Whether you do it through meditation, and that is you just sitting down, closing your eyes, shutting everything out, focusing on your breath, and allowing whatever thoughts come by just to float on through without following them wherever they're going. Meditation gives you the chance to really be the observer of the machinations that are going on in your mind. I went to a 10-day silent Vipassana meditation, and that really tested and tried me. But from that, I really learned to become the observer of the thoughts that are flowing in my mind. And sometimes, like, I will watch my thoughts and I just laugh because it's ridiculous, because I see how crazy it is and how it makes no sense. So really, like, quieting your mind works great. Like, it really goes a long way to change the way you think, to reprogram your mind. What happens is that when you get to this place, when you're really observant of your thoughts, you're controlling your diet, you're feeding yourself with things that actually feed your soul, you will start to see the world outside change. The thing is, like, if you believe you can do it, you can. We are told that, oh, it's so hard, I can't do this, it's so hard. But the thing is, like, you are so powerful. We are powerful, eternal beings. And nothing is impossible for us. And nothing is too difficult for us if we just set our minds to. I hope this helps you on your journey. I hope this helps you to grow a deeper relationship with yourself and your truth. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.